Whether you're planning your next family holiday or traveling the world like us with our 4 kids, accommodation can be one of the most expensive things that you need to consider, and that's why we use Airbnb. Today we're going to tell you some really helpful money saving facts that will help you with your planning. So Airbnb is a super easy to navigate website or app that allows you to put in the city that you're traveling to and put in your budget, your rooms, whatever you need, and search. It will bring up so many options, from apartments to actual B&Bs to spare rooms. You can choose whether you want to hire an entire place. Anything that you need, you can just input it there. So by doing this, we've realized that not only can you save huge amounts of money, but you're also getting the opportunity to meet real, genuine people and have real, genuine experiences, which for us is really important when we're traveling with our children. We want them to have those experiences. So the difference between using Airbnb and booking something like this, as opposed to booking hotels, is you can't compare it. You can have a full kitchen, which means now you're able to go to a supermarket, you're able to buy local foods, try different things. You can have a whole family experience just by going to the supermarket, which we always love because we're big foodies. So we can stock up. We cook at home in the Airbnb, which makes a huge difference than eating out for 3 meals a day. Also, laundry. If you have a big family, you'll know that, especially on holiday, when you're out doing things, you can go through 3 to 4 outfit changes a day per child, and we've got 4 of them. And the laundry's no joke. It builds up, and it costs a lot of money to use a laundrette facility in a hotel, or depending on what country you're in, just in general. I mean, we've stayed in Airbnbs with no laundry facility, and we've paid over £30 a week to wash our clothes. So there's huge money saving potential if you're in an Airbnb and you're set up properly for a family. It's a house just like what you've got at home. All the supplies are there for you. So also to keep in mind with this cultural experience is that if you're in away from the CBD, the centre, the city, you're going to meet people just like your family, more than likely, just like my family, because we don't hang out in the middle of the CBD. That's not what you do. I mean, I intentionally go out of my way to avoid traveling to the city with my children because it's so stressful. So when I'm at the playground in my local area, I'm happy to chill. Everyone's good. We might have a packed lunch. We might hang out. When we were living in Australia, people have little barbecues in these playgrounds. There's birthday parties going on. And that doesn't really happen in the city because you're normally there for appointments or shopping or whatever, and you're in and out the door. So staying in areas away from the CBD allows you to have cultural experiences, connect with other people, give that to your children in a more relaxed atmosphere. You're set up to host a family properly. You're not targeted by tourist traps, so you actually get genuine local prices according to the economy that you're in. You can support local businesses. You can support local people who are just letting out their homes or properties, which is a bit different than huge chain hotels where you literally step out and you're like tourist target 101. And you've got kids going everywhere and you're trying to rein them in. So it just overall, we found that using Airbnb creates so much more money in the bank saved, so we can travel for longer in a much more relaxed setting. That is, for me, the most important and valuable thing that Airbnb has brought our family. So there are a few things to keep in mind, which we will get to soon.
Okay, so here we are on Airbnb. I'm using a desktop. I'm using a laptop actually right now. I'm not on my phone. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to type in Athens. I'm going to tell you why I have chosen to do it on a desktop shortly. And actually, my family and I are leaving the UK on the 15th of May for our next travel adventure. So I'm going to use that date, and I'm going to put a month. If you can do that, I would highly recommend it. You are going to see some huge discounts if you can commit to that 4 week stay. You can also choose a bit of flexi down here to get the best rates, which can also be really helpful, particularly around peak seasons when things are a bit hairy in the finance department. Okay, so adults, we've got 2 adults, 3 children. We've actually got 4, as you know. However, this little one is co-sleeping. So we're not going to put that. You can judge us in the comments. Right, here we go. So these are the monthly stay costs. And over here you can see the map. Now this map you can't see as clearly on a phone, and this is why I recommend you do it on a laptop or a desktop, because it's going to enable you to move around and get a really good overview of where you're going to be located. And then from that point, you can think about transport and how you're going to get around. So over here is where you can select washing machine, aircon, kitchen, anything that's a must for you, pool, so on. So for us, I'm just going to go Wi-Fi because we work remotely, we travel for long periods of time, we usually stay in our Airbnbs for a while, and we definitely need access to internet, especially when we're bunkered down with 4 kids at home full time, homeschooled. So Wi-Fi is pretty essential. Um, we also want to have the entire place. We don't want to have a private room in someone else's place. We definitely don't want a shared room. um, Although a free babysitter, don't know, may is possible. We could consider it. So we're going to go entire place. Also, we travel on a budget. When we travel, we are not a wealthy family. We are a middle class family. And the max price is all the way down to 1,000. And this is because we always, our rule of travel is that it must cost less than what we would pay to live in a house in the UK. So previously we were living in Wales for 2 years, and we made it a rule that the price that we were paying there can never happen again. So basically, anywhere that we stay has to be less than that and include all bills. So we max out at £1,000. So let's just say this first one here, just because it's number one. 662 a month. I like that. That sounds like a good number. It's not too far away. I can see that. We can get a bit of a closer look if we need to and think about transportation. But for now, we're just going to check it out. So this is for a month stay, 5 guests. We've got 2 bedrooms. Our kids are young. They don't mind sharing. 3 beds, that's fine. A bathroom, Wi-Fi, good. Washing machine, always a bonus, especially with a baby. Here we go. Let's have a look what we can get for £662. This looks good. This looks clean and tidy. I think we're looking good so far. I'd be happy with a stay here. We've got a kitchen, we've got a good sized fridge. We've basically got all the provisions that we need to have a comfortable stay with not too much of a sacrifice at all. We've got a supermarket just here, which is perfect for us. We can't go out at night with our kids, so we like to be able to stop off and buy a cheeky bottle of wine or something on a whim. You never know. So now you might see this little number here, 587 a month, and realize that we've got a monthly discount here of 25% off. Now, this is because we are booking for 4 weeks, and this is what I'm saying. So, if you can do that, in some instances, you will save 50% plus. And in fact, the Airbnb that we're staying in right now, where we're making this video from right now, we saved 70% on our booking because we came in an off-peak season in winter, hadn't become spring yet. So no one is wanting to stay in Scotland in winter for a month apart from us, because we're actually cool with the cold. We kind of like it. So we were happy with that, and we got 70% off. This is crazy, crazy prices. We're paying less than half of what we were paying to live in our home in Wales, which, if you've watched our early videos, we gave you a good tour, so you'll know kind of the journey that we've been on. So here you go. Putting in a month will always give you this. Now, this is going to get cheaper again. This is because if you contact the host and start a conversation, you're talking to a real person, and you can easily find that they will offer you a better deal again. So this price could easily come down to 500 for a full month. This is crazy. There's only one review here. Reading reviews are great. Definitely, if you can go somewhere with good reviews, this one, the host cancelled. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. And there's no other reviews, so you might want to keep that in mind. But if you're talking to them, you can be the judge of that, yourself. Um, there's plenty that do have reviews, but these prices, you know, this looks pretty rugged. A comfortable apartment for you. Okay, this looks, there's reviews. Location, you have to weigh up what's more important to you. Location, the amenities, what's available to you. This looks really beautiful. We're going up in price as we go. It looks, oh no, no, this one's next to Metro in the center of Athens. 5 guests, 1 bedroom. Could you do 1 bedroom? I wonder. 905. You got a camp bed here. Okay, this could be a bit small. Potentially, it's like a little studio apartment. But if you could do it, I mean, we're staying in a caravan right now as a family of 6, and we're pretty comfortable. So if you could make a sacrifice like that and feel comfortable with it, here you're saving 215, and once you message them, you're going to save more again. This is 3 minutes from the metro by foot and 1 minute on the bus station and to the taxi rank. There's a gas station open 24 hours on the corner. The best local bakery for breakfast. This is the things that you want to know, and check the reviews. So it's not all roses. There are a few things that you need to know. So we're going to tell you a bit now about our experience of using Airbnb for the past 3.5 years.
Okay, so I've brought my husband in, who has stayed in over 50 Airbnbs over the last 3 years because of his employment in Australia. So we're going to ask him a couple of things that he could share with us to make our Airbnb experience gold. So what do you think is the most important thing to keep in mind when booking a stay at a new Airbnb?
Probably just check out those reviews. So you can either roll the dice and get that $300 / pound room, or you could just check out the reviews. So if they have a 4.6 star rating or higher, there's 100 people that have put reviews on. Read those reviews, because that'll tell you a lot in those reviews. That's one of my biggest things. Read the reviews.
So cleanliness can vary a lot. It's something that seems to come up a lot when you do look at reviews. And this is because these places are not regulated by, some kind of like hotel board.
Yeah, the homeowner could be cleaning the house himself. So every homeowner, it's all different. So sometimes they get cleaners in, sometimes they do it themselves, and it can vary. And yeah, sometimes it can be, you could be walking into something nasty. Sometimes it could be, absolutely spotless. But once again, if you don't want to get caught out, like I said just before, read those reviews, because they will state that.
And I think you also have to keep in mind how committed you are to that low budget price.
Yeah, I'm very committed.
Because for us, I mean, our house is not spotless. We've got 4 children, and it can get pretty bad. So if we went and stayed somewhere else and we got it dirt cheap, like next to nothing, and we had to get our hands a bit dirty, giving it a proper clean to make it, more of a standard for us, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, plus
I genuinely would be fine with that.
I will add to that. Have you ever been to a hotel and their standards have been low too? Because I have. I've been to plenty of hotels where the standards have also been low.
Yes, exactly. I mean, well, Butlins, that's an experience. We did Butlins. That's a different story for another day. We'll definitely have to revisit that one. So, what else? What else could you tell us about tips?
Okay. So one huge thing that you might run into, your flight. Your flight might arrive at like 2:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So you go to your Airbnb at 3:00 in the morning, and you'll need a lockbox. So on the Airbnb website, you can actually type in for a lockbox, a self-service check-in. So all you do is rock up at 3 in the morning, you type in your code, and boom, pull the keys out, good to go. So that's massive. So if you already know what time you're arriving, then definitely choose the self-service option.
Or even if you don't know, you can just choose that anyway.
It's very, very helpful. That way you can sort of work things out on your time.
Totally flexible. Yeah,
absolutely.
So one thing that's really important that I think needs to be mentioned here is that looking at your flights and seeing where you can go based on the cost of flights. If you are a budget traveling family like us, you have to look at the accommodation as well.
Definitely.
And don't look at it as a package. So when you go on to look at flights and they give you this hotel deal, 7-day stay, just totally scrap that, because you only want to look at the flights and then look at the accommodation separately on Airbnb.
Yes.
And what you may find is that, say you wanted to go somewhere, say we're talking UK because we're in the UK right now. So say you wanted to go to somewhere like Mexico, and you got put off because the cost of the flights was like over £2,000 for your family of 5, let's say. So you decided to go somewhere more local in Europe because the flights were cheaper. What you may find when you go to Airbnb is that the accommodation price and then the cost of like food and just transport and general living means that actually, even with the cost of the flights, you're now paying about the same for the same length of time. So you could have just gone ahead and booked your dream Mexico holiday.
Paying for things in pesos, it's going to be a lot cheaper than paying in euros, hands down. Hands down. And also if you think that you can only afford 3 weeks, a lot of the time with Airbnb, booking in for 4 weeks for a whole month is going to be cheaper than 3 weeks.
You get a free week.
Always keep that in mind. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, put in the month. If you're planning on 3 weeks, put in the month anyway, because by the time you've spoken to the host and then you've like haggled your way down again, you may actually get it cheaper than if you just booked for 3 weeks, even if you don't stay there for a month. And
message them. So even if you're not getting that month discount, message them, because it's very possible, you could be staying for 3 weeks and they will still give you that monthly discount. They can actually they can send you an offer.
They make the rules. It's their property.
That's it. So definitely message them, chat to them, and try and bring that price down, because generally I found they do bring it down. They want someone in there. That'll save you lots. It'll save you lots.
So hopefully we've been able to help you with some ideas, some money saving ideas, and just a bit of inspiration when planning your next holiday. So in the comments, we'd love to know your experiences, where you've been, where are you going, any Airbnb experiences that you've had, or even anywhere that you could recommend, because we're always looking for awesome new hosts to connect with.
And come on our journey. Check it out. Come with us.
If you've made it this far, thank you. Definitely consider subscribing to our channel, as we are traveling the world with our 4 kids, 8 and under. We're going to be bringing you lots of videos about how to travel easy, how to travel smart, how to save money, traveling airport hacks, and everything that you need to have the best travel adventure with your family. So we'll see you on the next one.